Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video and a power day to the downside today in the markets. Big question now is, are the markets going to puke from here, or is there something going on behind the scenes that's basically setting us up for a rally? Believe it or not, even though I kind of joke that I'm a closet bear, in my opinion, shorting right here is probably one of the worst places to short. We were shorting heavily up here when we started getting skew readings and 10-day put call moving average readings that were bearish. The next place to short is on a new reversion to the mean. Right here, though, the skew and the 10-day moving average of the put call ratio, believe it or not, is straight up as bullish as it's been since December, which basically means that institutions are marking down stocks here and starting to accumulate with the idea that we would pop higher. All right. Now, when I say that, I'm not actually looking for stocks to go to new highs. I am looking, though, that we get a pretty serious rally before we roll over. Now, does that mean that I'm buying the Qs and I'm buying the indexes here? No, I don't trust the indexes that much. However, I do like stocks here that are exhibiting great strength and that have weekly and daily squeezes. One of my favorite is QLYS. This is one we picked up a few days ago. The stock has had amazing relative strength and continues to do so. One I looked at today we picked up was HubSpot. On the weekly charts, rocking and rolling, pulled back to the 8 EMA and the 21 today, and that became a buy signal for us. All right, so those are the kind of stocks that I like. So someone was asking earlier about, well, gosh, what about the stock market here? Do we buy it? I'm like, no, I'm just going to let, I'm going to let the tweets of the world impact the market. But because of what's happening with the put call ratio and the skew, I am interested in the long side. I'm only interested in the long side of stocks that are showing relative strength that's superior to that of the market. All right. So at this point, what does the market itself have to overcome? Well, crude oil today got slaughtered. We need to see a little bit of evening out there, and of course, the yen. So when the yen is popping up like this, that's a definite flight to quality. And for this market to at least start to rally, we need to keep an eye on this tomorrow and see that it's at least starting to roll over. From a weekly perspective, we certainly are continuing to be in a fairly strong downtrend. So I'm not anticipating at this point that we're going to explode higher. But if the stock market is going to rally, at least even just a retracement, we do need to see that yen pull back. All right. All right, so a couple things I want to show you guys. This will just take just a few minutes, but I'm super excited about this. This is something that I've been looking at in depth over the last 4 to 6 months, and we're finally ready to release it. But as you guys know, I love the squeeze. It's my favorite tool, and it's there's some great move here, great move here. And as I look at this weekly chart, basically from October to now, there's 2 good moves that it caught. But I'm also very conscious that there's a lot of other moves here. And I'm like, well, why didn't it catch any of that? What are the flaws in the system that need to be improved so I can catch more moves? And so after playing around and backtesting dozens of settings, finally found one that really seemed to nail this. So first of all, okay, here's a regular squeeze here. And here's the regular squeeze here, right? This is the weekly chart of the spiders. So first of all, it gave a heads up that a regular squeeze might be setting up. But in other cases, you can see here that it would set up and grab signals that the regular squeeze totally missed. Oh, excuse me there. Nowhere to be found. Heads up there. And then this last awesome rally here, no squeeze, but this one caught it. And then if you look here at XLI, some of these sectors have had some devastating moves, all right? So you can say like, okay, there's a nice move here, no squeeze, a nice move here, 2-dot squeeze, a big puke here. These 1-dot squeezes, I never even see them. Big puke here, no squeeze at all, right? Well, with the updated settings, you can see it's like, okay, well, here is this big 1-dot squeeze. Okay, here you had a lot more prep time. Here is a huge move to the downside. Nothing on the regular squeeze. This one caught the whole thing. Look, that's a nice 2-dot squeeze, but again, a little bit more setup time here. Nice move here. Nothing, right? So again, it just kind of really honed in on these important moves that at least I like to catch. And then playing around with it, I found an even better setting. Now this one doesn't set up very much, but when it does, it indicates a very tightly coiled explosive move setting up. All right, and so those 3 settings combined are what I'm looking for. So when we talked about this, and it took a while to kind of figure this out, but what we did is essentially combined all of these into one new Squeeze Pro. All right. And you can see here that that has them all incorporated in one tool. So in addition to catching all these kind of new moves, okay, it's also great for intraday trading. Here's a 7 to 8 minute chart of the S&Ps. So here you can see you've got some nice squeezes setting up here all three are setting up. You actually, with this system, it's a complete system, you actually get buy trigger entries at the appropriate time. You also get an alert when the squeeze is about to release that energy, okay? And then you can see here it's setting up again, and you get the appropriate sell triggers showing up real time on your chart. The appropriate, hey, heads up, this squeeze is about to fire, so if you're not in, you better get in now because this move is fixing to happen without you. And last but not least, I can look at the statistics of each squeeze and see how many times and how many times the squeeze have happened and what's the average move. Now the average move is critical because that allows you to plan for the trade. Okay, so I can sit here and say, okay, for my low setting squeeze, we've had 80 signals, okay, during the life of this daily chart. There's been 51 short signals, okay, or 80 long signals and 51 short signals with an average move of $42.88. At the mid setting, there have been 47 shorts and then, or 47 longs, sorry, 34 shorts with an average move of $40. And then at the highest one, there have only been 4 signals and each one has had an average move of $17.67. So what's great about this is I can plan it and say, okay, great, here we are setting up. I've got my buy arrow. And the average long move on that setting is 3.67% or a move of $42.88. And I can plan for it. And indeed, you can see right here, the price is about $11.20. And by the time the squeeze runs out, it goes up to about $11.90. This turned out to be a larger than average move, but it still allows you to plan and take some chips off of the table at those easy average moves. So anyway, that's what's going on there. So I am going to be teaching a complete class around an entire system around the squeeze with a complete trading plan to trade all 3 of those settings and to essentially build a system around a drastically not only new and improved squeeze, but accompanying tools that allow you to kind of get into the squeeze before it fires, the buy and sell arrows that are there to help you manage the trades, and also the statistics. All right, so we'll be doing the class itself on Saturday, June 1st, and this whole thing, we're going to be talking in-depth strategy. Okay, it's a strategy and system class, and included with this are going to be the Squeeze Pro, as well as those little arrow buy and sell signals. And if you're new to options, don't worry, there'll be an Options 101 course to kind of get you warmed up. Although you can use this on crypto, you can use this on stocks, futures, Forex, and of course on underlying stocks, you can trade options on it. All right. So this is right now, if you're seeing this, you can still get it for the discounted price of $697, where you get the entire strategy class plus the tools. If you want to include 2 live trading days with that, plus the early in and out indicator pro, which tells you when a squeeze is about to fire, that's $997. And then last but not least, if you want to add the statistics, that statistics tool, which is pretty awesome, plus an additional 3 days of trading, which is 5 days total. This is that total elite package at $1497. Now, hint, if you're looking at this going like, oh my God, $1497, that's too much. If you go to simplertrading.com/system and you select PayPal, you can do an installment plan over 6 months. All right, so we wanted to set that up because I know for some folks it's like, gosh, I don't necessarily want to, drop all that cash right now. And I know for others, it's like, yes, give me the tools. I want to continue to improve my game. But anyway, I'm super excited about this. This is something I've been working on in the background for a while. It ties in great with anything that you're doing with small lot stuff. It ties in great with anything that you're doing that has a squeeze. This is going to be probably, I've used this tool for 15 years. This is the first time it's been improved. And there's obviously not something that I've done lightly. I've just been excited going like, oh my gosh, I can't believe these settings work this well. So super excited about it and looking forward to doing the class. All right, you guys have a good one and looking forward to working with you on Saturday, June 1st.